This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. No copyright infringement is intended.
Today, we're going to dig deep about the Asian regionalism. So, the context of this topic is about localization, difference between regionalization, the globalization, Asian regionalism, why there is an Asian regionalism, what is an example of regionalism, regionalism in the Philippines, difference of regionalism and globalization, the factors leading to the greater integration of the Asian region, advantage and disadvantage of regionalism, the factors of the regionalism and the new regionalism, the impact of regionalization to globalization. So what is Asian regionalism? So Asian regionalism refers to the process by the which country in Asia work together to promote cooperation, economic growth, political stability, and cultural understanding within the region. The first topic is localization. There are three main types of them: adaptation, sovereignty, and flexibility. Adaptation is a localization means making products, services, and content suitable for the specific condition of each country or region. This goes beyond direct translation. It includes adjusting language, culture, traditions, measurement system, and even visual elements so that people can connect naturally with the material. For example, a food product marketed in one country may need its flavor, packaging, or even color scheme change to match the local taste and cultural meanings. In this way, adaptation highlights the sensitivity, respect, and inclusiveness in localization. Sovereignty. Sovereignty in localization means that while nations or communities accept global cooperation and adjustment, they still retain over their internal affairs, culture, and decision-making. This principle ensures that localization does not threaten independence or force uniformity. Instead, it strengthens identity by valuing local perspectives and authority. For example, when an international company expands into a new market, it cannot simply erase identity and replace it with its own. Instead, it must respect local laws, tradition, and customer expectation, giving the local community the power to decide how far localization should go. Flexibility. Flexibility in localization refers to the principle that adaptation does not need to be applied at the same speed or level everywhere. Different countries, markets, or regions have different levels of readiness, resources, and cultural needs. Some may be ready for full localization, such as complete transition or content redesign of packaging, or full cultural adaptation, while others may only require small changes like converting measurements, currency, or date formats. For example, while one country may adopt digital localization quickly, another may take longer due to economic or technological difference. This principle makes localization inclusive, practical, and adaptability to real-world conditions.
Difference between regionalization and globalization. So, regionalization happens when countries within the same geographical area form closer ties to address common issue. To retain their cooperation, it usually focuses on Pacific region, like Southeast Asia or Europe, where nations work together to improve trade, security, culture, and development. For example, Asia is Asia, and the European Union is Europe. For regionalization, where the members give priority to the needs and interests for their region before looking outward. This process allows countries to handle region challenges more effectively since they are borders country and similar economic or political situation. It builds unity and trust among neighborhood nations, making them friendly with facing issues like poverty, conflicts, or environmental problems.
So what is Asian regionalism? So Asian regionalism is the cooperation of Asian countries to work together for peace, stability, and development in the region. It focuses on solving shared problems like poverty, security, and environmental issues, while also promoting trade and cultural exchange. By uniting through groups such as ASEAN, APEC, and the East Asia Summit, Asian nations strengthen their ties and gain a stronger voice in global affairs. So, why Asian regionalism exists? Because countries in Asia realize they are stronger when united, allowing them to promote peace, boost economic growth, and solve common problems like poverty, security, threats, and environmental challenges. while also giving the region a stronger voice in global affairs through organizations such as ASEAN or APEC. So here's the examples of Asian regionalism. The ASEAN, or stand for Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So it's a regional group of Southeast Asian countries that works together to promote peace, economic growth, and cooperation in the region. So a regional group that unites South Asian countries to work together on development, trade, education, and regional peace. Next is the ADB, or Asian Development Bank. The Asian Development Bank is a financial institution that helps Asian countries grow. It provides loans, grants, and technical assistance for projects such as roads, schools, energy, and healthcare.
What is Philippine regionalism? Philippine regionalism has been defined as political ideology that favors a specific region over a greater area. This usually due to political separations, religious geography, cultural boundaries, linguistic regions, and managerial divisions. In the Philippines, regionalism can be traced through our history and geography. Our country is separated from the rest of the Asia by water and is an archipelagic state of comprising a total number of 7,641 islands according to the latest data of National Mapping and Resources Information Authority. While positive regionalism may feeling of joy and love towards one's heritage and culture, there is a threat of an excessive attachment to regions in preference to the countries of the state. This phenomenon is often referred to negative regionalism, and the fact of regionalism has been key features of contemporary international relations. However, regionalism concentration ethnic minorities are positively associated with discrimination. Difference between regionalism and globalization primarily affects specific regions such as continent or sub-region within a country. And globalization, it impacts the entire world, leading to greater global interconnectedness. Their integration focuses on cooperation and formation of blocks within limited geographic area. This may lead to involve forming shared institutions to represent regional identity, promotes the integration of economics and societies across state borders worldwide, reducing barriers to international trade. In some cases, regionalism can be a stepping stone toward deeper global integration.
Factors leading to a greater integration of the Asian region. First, mutual benefits. When it comes to trade, this nation can readily simply each other's needs. Second, trade. The world economy is intertwined with each other whether we like it or not. We all want or need something from another part of the world, and the global trade facilitates all the transactions. Third, similar culture. The culture of Asia is diverse, but they do share many things. This makes it easier to fit during times of negotiations. Fourth, common goals. The Asian region recognizes the mutual benefits of a slow integration and is to accelerate economic growth, social progress, and cultural development, and to promote peace. Fifth, security needs. Aside from small localized rebels, this association needs only to contend with foreign-supported terrorist groups which are usually handled well. 6. Trading agreements. Regional trading agreements refer to agreement that is signed by two or more countries to encourage free movement of goods and services across the borders of its members. Advantages and disadvantages of regionalism. The advantages of regionalism: economic benefits. Regional agreement can promote fair trade, boost economic growth, and foster cooperation among states to achieve shared prosperity and integrate markets. Political stability. By reducing conflict and fostering cooperation between neighboring states, regionalism can act as a stabilizing factor, especially during crises. Internal disagreements. Member states may be unwilling to share control or resist policy changes, leading to internal disagreements and challenges in achieving unified goals. Risk of trade diversion. Regional trade blocs may divert trade away from more efficient global producer to less efficient regional ones, and managing overlapping agreements can create complexity. Nationalism and identity. Regionalism can foster narrow-minded views and pose a threat to national identity and unity, potentially encouraging people to break away from the main country. Political fragmentation. The emphasis on regional interests can lead to fragmentation within a country or even contribute to the breakup of the nation into regional states.
Factors of regionalism. First is geographical factors. Geographical features like mountains, islands, and seas can physically isolate communities, limiting interaction with the central government and other regions. Next is cultural and linguistic factors. The Philippines is home to multiple ethno-linguistic groups, each with its own language, religion, and customs. Next is economic factors. Economic disparities can increase regionalism. Regions rich in resources may feel they are not getting fair share of profits, while poorer regions feel neglected by the central government's development efforts. However, national policies often restrict local communities' use of these resources, leading to tensions between locals, investors, and the government. Next is political factors. Regions that feel politically marginalized, underrepresented in government, or subject to unfair policies often develop strong regionalist movements. The demands is usually for political autonomy, self-rule, or special administrative status. For the next topic, it is the new regionalism. New regionalism is a modern approach to regional cooperation that emerges after the Cold War, particularly in the 1990s. It reflects how countries and regions now collaborate more openly, flexibly, and across multiple sectors in response to globalization, regional challenges, and interdependence. Unlike old regionalism, which was often shaped by ideology, protectionism, and rivalry during the Cold War, new regionalism is more inclusive, involving both states and non-state actors like businesses, NGOs, and civil society. More diverse, covering areas like trade, environment, health, migration, education, and security, not just economic or political alliances. New regionalism also recognizes that problems like climate change, pandemics, or terrorism cross national borders, requiring regional solutions.
The impact of regionalization on globalization. Regionalization means countries that are near each other works together as one group. These cooperations can be in trade, culture, politics, or peace agreements. On the other hand, globalization is when the whole world becomes connected through trade, communication, and relationship. Regionalization has a big impact on globalization because it helps countries become stronger before joining the global stage. But it also has some challenges. It helps in building regional identities. Countries that share culture, history, or traditions start to feel more united. Regionalization balances globalization. Without regional groups, globalization would often be controlled by only a few power countries like the United States or China. Smaller nations might struggle to compete alone, but when they are united in a region, they have more strength and can compete fairly in the global market. This makes globalization more balanced and inclusive for everyone. Lastly, regionalization promotes peace and stability. When countries work together, they avoid conflicts and solve problems through discussion instead of war. Regional organizations often push for diplomacy and cooperation, like how Asians promotes dialogue in Southeast Asia. Peacefully, regions attract more investors and partners, making them stronger contribute to globalization.
In summary, Asian regionalism serves as a foundation for strengthening unity and cooperation among Asian nations. It emphasizes respect for sovereignty, flexibility and participation, and collaboration for regional peace, stability, and progress. By working together, Asian countries are able to address common challenges and pursue shared goals for sustainable development. That ends our report. Thank you for watching.